There's no question Sleepy Joe was wide awake during his divisive State of the Union address, ranting and raving like the angry old man who used to yell at my brothers and me every single time we hit the ball over the fence and into his yard. Biden angered his base, though, when he veered off script and actually told the truth.
I'd be a winner, not really. Laken Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal. That's right. But how many of thousands of people being killed by illegals? To her parents, I say, my heart goes out to you, having lost children myself. I understand.
Ooh, he said the word illegal. And did you see the look on Kamala's face right there? I mean, it said it all, like a toddler squirming in the corner because they just made an oopsie in their pants. I mean, finally, a first for Biden. He actually told the truth. But you knew a truthful Biden couldn't last long. Of course, he backtracked on NBC News. Take a listen.
You used the word illegal when talking about the man who allegedly killed Laken Riley.
An undocumented person. And I shouldn't have used illegal. It's undocumented. And look, when I spoke about the difference between Trump and me, one of the things I talked about on the border was that the way he talks about vermin, the way he talks about these people polluting the blood. I talked about what I'm not going to do, what I won't do. I'm not going to treat any of these people with disrespect. Look, they built the country.
He's saying illegal aliens, criminals built this country. No, they didn't. Joe Biden, you saw it right there, caring more about offending the illegal who allegedly killed Laken Riley. I mean, it's unbelievable. The fact is, these people, they are illegal aliens. They're not migrants like the left wants to call them. They're not migrating here like birds flocking to Florida. They're invading. And now it's basically a takeover. With the number of illegals larger than the population of 36 states, an estimated 10 million people now have come in under the Biden regime. You see, words matter a great deal. That's why you saw Biden backtrack about apologizing about using the word illegal. It's a very careful narrative. The Biden regime is very masterful when it comes to terminology. They are now even moving past using the word migrant, now preferring the word newcomer. You see, isn't newcomer such a nicer word than even migrant or, of course, illegal alien, the proper technical word? It's like you're inviting someone over for a coffee. How are you, newcomer? Yeah, come on over. It's so nice and sweet. It's like a neighborly thing, right? Come on in. But the brutal reality is criminals, mental patients, they are invading our country by the thousands every single day. 7,000 of them. I mean, that's the estimates that are coming across our border. So the fact that Joe woke up to the reality and used the word illegal, he made his base big mad. I mean, just one example, squad member, Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar posting on X, quote, "Let me be clear," this is what she wrote, "No human being is illegal." Remember Ilhan after 9? Oh, some people did something. Give me a break, Ilhan. I mean, and I know you don't care about this country, Congresswoman, because if you did, you would actually put forth policies that are in the best interest of your constituents. But this country's Department of Justice defines all of these people as illegal aliens. The dictionary also defines them as illegal aliens, writing, quote, "a foreign person who is living in a country without having official permission to live there." And of course, let me make this one thing clear. Not all illegal aliens are criminals. By and large, most of them are coming here for for better opportunities. But even a small percentage puts our national security at risk. And we know what this invasion, this takeover is about. Future Democrat voters, census numbers to retain seats, tax dollars, organizations making money hand over fist. We're not stupid. Again, words matter. Hence why Chuck Schumer purposefully used these words to describe Biden's speech.
The speech showed that America is strong and Biden is strong. And anyone who sat in that room would have no doubt that Biden is ready for a great second campaign and even more, a great second term. He was filled with focus and enthusiasm.
You saw that strong focus and enthusiasm, more like unusually jacked up. I mean, you know Biden has his ups and downs. There's a reason why Joe didn't even use the word abortion when he did the State of the Union address, instead saying Roe v. Wade, pro-choice, reproductive freedom. Abortion, the word now, it's too ugly. Imagine if they were accurate, right? We're pro-ripping and killing babies from the womb, and they chanted, kill babies, woo! Another one, gender-affirming care rather than gender mutilation and lifelong cancer-causing hormonal therapy. I mean, think about it. Joe Biden was never, ever supposed to say the name Laken Riley.
Laken Riley, an innocent young woman who was killed by an illegal.
And then he couldn't even get her name right, calling her Lincoln. Laken Riley, the 22-year-old nursing student beaten so badly, her skull was caved in. Her accused killer, Jose Ibarra, an illegal alien with ties to a brutal Venezuelan cartel. Because by saying her name, Laken Riley, we are humanizing the border crisis, the invasion, the takeover of this country. Biden's cohort, Nancy Pelosi, she's now in cleanup mode.
Documented, but that's not a big thing, okay? What's the big thing about it?
No, I actually wasn't even going to ask about that. I was just going to ask more about the moment. But you do think that he should have said undocumented? That wasn't going to be my question.
Well, we usually say undocumented. He said illegal. I don't think it's a big deal.
Okay.
I don't think it's a big deal.
But more broadly,
because I think his focus was on the sympathy for the family.
Yeah.
It's a terrible tragedy.
Look at that. Fancy Nancy more indignant and more concerned that Joe used the word illegal, and Nancy still can't bear to say her name, Laken Riley. They won't say her name. They can't say her name because they know words are powerful. They have meaning. This is why we cannot allow the radicals to change our reality and change our world with their words, because it then leads to Leah Thomas, a broad-shouldered 6.5-foot man, being crowned the NCAA's Woman of the Year. USA Today hailing Dr. Rachel Levine as Woman of the Year. And then, of course, if you don't accept their words, their version of reality, you're canceled. You hear them, what they say. Men can get pregnant, the whole non-binary nonsense, and then pushing for voter integrity. People being required to show their ID to vote is voter suppression because it's racist, because black people can't have their own state IDs. It's ridiculous. And then when all else fails, this is what they do, the swamp. They cry racism, right? It's the swamp battle cry. Racist, rapist. Think about it. Words. This is why New York created a law just so President Trump could be sued, so then the Democrats and fake news could call him a rapist. It was always, always about a narrative, an agenda to strike a chord with all of those low information, emotional, often women voters out there. And sadly, it works. I hate to say this, I'm a woman myself, but a lot of women, their common sensibilities are overridden by their fear and loathing of a man they don't even realize they've been brainwashed to hate. And it's not just women, but it's a lot of women. This is also why they also always leave out the fact that Trump said on, march peacefully and patriotically on January 6th. Juries, judges, voters all make critical decisions based on words. Our laws are words. The 10 Commandments, they're words. It's why the radical left's war on words began with the most important word of them all, God. This is all by design. They wield their words as weapons, but the best defense is always the truth. And the truth is, Laken Riley, now the face of Biden's reckless open border policy, a preventable death, and just one of many Americans whose lives have been cut short by illegal aliens since Joe Biden took office. Last night, President Trump met with the parents of Laken Riley. Here's a picture of them there, of him embracing her mother. Here's what he said during his rally in Rome, Georgia.
From the time she was in the first grade, Laken's dream was to spend her life caring for others. And I met her beautiful mother and family backstage, sister, friends, some of her friends, a roommate. They said she was like the best. She was always the best. They admit that she was the best.